What's up, everybody? It's me.
Sir Brockendale.
Be reasonable.
What's up, everybody? Sir Brockendale here, coming to you to bring you some loot farming strategy. Loot farming is basically my life. So, the concept behind loot farming and what we need to get our heads wrapped around is a cost to earnings ratio. We're really trying to spend the least amount of elixir as possible to end up netting us the highest amount of profit, right? So we want to spend little, gain a lot is how we can do that. So you really just want to go for really hardcore goblin strategy. You just want to go goblins. You want to trophy down. And let me tell you why. When you trophy down, you're going to find a lot of people who have had dead bases. Dead bases are considered dead or inactive after about 50 hours of use, which is how long it takes to fill, I think, level 11 collectors, I believe it is. Level 11, yeah. So, the reason we're doing that is because really we're going to be sniping the collectors, not trying to get into storages. For instance, my base here, if I stop playing this game for a few days, let's say I went on vacation for a week, and obviously I have these things that are, just stop grabbing it. So obviously, these are a little bit tougher to get, but if these were all full, it would be worth money, right? And that's easy. I can use very little amount of goblins. They can all rush through there, and it's awesome. So, we want to make sure that we use a really high goblin loadout. Also, you don't need to try and win trophies because you're constantly trophying down, because what happens is when a base dies, or when someone stops playing, right, their base is going to get raided over and over and over and over and over, and because of that, their trophies are going to consistently drop. They're going to normally drop somewhere between bronze 1 to silver 2 area is about the happy medium, because in that area you find two types of players. The players that are looting them, so essentially they're going to be like we are. They're going to come in, they're going to loot them, and then they're going to leave the match, not try and win the trophies, right? So now our dead base is going to have 1 trophies, which is going to keep them above levels like bronze 3 and bronze 2. But then you also have people who are trying to start trophying up. And so they're going to come in, do things like sniping the town hall and actually just running through the base. That way they can grab their trophies and start running up towards gold and stuff like that. So because of that, they're going to sit in this happy medium of somewhere between bronze 1 and silver 2-ish. And you'll find all kinds of bases there, from, obviously your little town hall 4s to maxed out 10s. And when you run across them, you'll be like, wow, that really escalated quickly. So anyways, let's get into some of these replays. Not my defense replays. Look at this guy. He took me for everything. He was not messing around. It was ridiculous. So anyways, attack replays. I was trying a Loonian run. It was cool. It was a Town Hall 11. It was fun to try, but I don't know. I'm not there yet. So anyways, here we go. Some of my stuff. Obviously, as you can see, all goblin plus my king. And every time I'm netting so much elixir, so much gold, that it just makes it worth it. And oftentimes you can actually end up picking up trophies as well whenever you kind of want to, because you don't want your trophies to drop too low. So a couple times you're going to obviously want to win, or maybe take a couple archers with you just so you can snipe the town hall that's exposed, and you'll be able to kind of hang on to some trophies too. That way you don't drop down below, bronze 2 or so. So let's start off with this replay really quick. I don't want to share it. I want to replay it. This one I ended up getting a 3-star on. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. This is exactly what we're looking for. Right here, these are full collectors. You can see the elixir storages are all the way full. The gold storages, they have those little boxes on the side. They're all the way full. So I'm just going to run my goblins in here and plow through this place. Obviously, wizard towers are the bane of your existence, and they're, quite frankly, just a pain in the, they're a pain. So those are going to be your only biggest problem. But goblins run so fast that these mortars are oftentimes not able to get them from any kind of distance. Also, I have level 4 goblins, so they're also able to run really fast. Another thing is, people underestimate the goblins when they get onto a wall. They oftentimes don't like to run into storage things like this. Me, I did this for an example purpose. to show you guys how fast they can move. I like sending goblins at a wall because they're all going to pile up at a wall. Right now I'm testing where they can get through the wall the best. So I like sending them at the wall because once they group up and they start moving through the wall, once they're in, they move so fast. And I wanted to show you this as they group up here and they get into these collectors. Watch how fast they drop the storages. Watch how fast they drop the storages. Down. Down. And they're already moved. So many of them can, when you're in a regular base, they can move so fast they'll get away from the mortars. The mortars can't even touch them because they're just plowing through. So a wall really isn't the end of this attack. A lot of people think you can only come in and snipe the collectors. Completely not true, as we just saw. Walls are actually sometimes very beneficial because they'll group up your goblins and get them ready to move very quickly through a whole bunch of collectors and a whole bunch of storages. So it's a lot of fun. Anyways, my goblins go on to pick off the rest of the base and pick up a 3-star. Goblins are actually really awesome. They're very capable of 3-starring many bases. So let's go in, check out another one really quick. This one was nice. Look at the 308 elixir. Just come on. That's the kind of stuff you're looking for. So whenever you can net over, well, I guess it wouldn't be net, but whenever you're able to gross over 500,000 resources, it's totally worth the run, and you're able to do it over and over and over. I didn't even have to use all 200 goblins. This base is the kind of base that you always find down here. So real quick, again, this is a prime base of what we're looking for. You're looking for these collectors that are all filled up because this base is dead. The best ways that you can tell that a base is dead, we'll go over that really quickly while we're here. There's a few tall tale signs. One of the first and easiest to spot is the fact that there's no league shield. The lack of a league shield says that they haven't been active. Unless it's the Monday, they reset the leagues every 2 weeks, Monday, Eastern Standard Time, America. So I guess, that Monday, Tuesday, it can kind of, a lot of players don't have shields. But you come in, you'll see no shield. All the storages will be empty. And the collectors will be full. So I have really full collectors, really full storage, little boxes on the side of the gold collectors, so you know they're full. And you'll also see tombstones. Tombstones indicate that players have raided this village multiple times and have come in here and gotten killed a few times, so you know that this base keeps getting raided. Hinting the reason the storages are empty, but the collectors are full. If this base wasn't so spread out like this as well, the next really good tall tale sign that a base is inactive is there will be objects like bushes and trees that are pretty much scattered around, also indicating they haven't been on for a while. So a great part about this loot is there's so many holes in this little base. I'm just able to kind of come over here, jump over there, and I'm able to just pick off these collectors with my goblins. I don't have to use all 200. And that's the best part about picking off collectors is you don't have to wait until you have an entire 200 troops. You can go with 100 troops, you can go with 50 troops, and you can still pick up quite a bit of loot down here. Because let's say, okay, perhaps you can't do a base like this with only 50 troops, but you can easily go pick up 50 elixir on another kind of smaller base. Running troops like this is phenomenal, and I can gain 1 million loot in a couple hours, easy, and it's just being active about it, and making sure that you kind of stay on top of it, and just kind of look for the right bases. People get really antsy and they just want to attack and try and run, and there's no point in it. So now I've taken all the collectors. The storages don't have anything to offer in them, and so I'm just kind of double checking, looking around right now, figuring it out, and I was like, all right, that's good enough for me, and then I jump out of there. End up getting over 500,000 elixir. Over 500,000 resources. That's the kind of raid you want to always be looking for. This next one, we'll kind of speed through it. That way you can kind of just check it out again. Kind of see one more example of it. Again, I only use 156 goblins this time. So again, I'm not using all of my goblins. Which means that my next troops are going to load that much faster because I have, 43 of them, 44 of them just sticking around. This one, these aren't completely full. That hurt. These aren't completely full, but as you can see, the elixir's still up quite a bit. There's still a lot to offer, especially in this gold. So I was like, I'm going to take it anyway. It's a small base. What is that? Town Hall 6. And the walls aren't tough. I can easily get in the walls and take those storages as well. Which, as you'll see, again, we're grouping up all of our goblins. They bust through the wall and they fly in there rip through the storage really fast, and it just doesn't even matter. Mortar, splash damage, it doesn't matter because they're just going to rip through it like a little hurricane anyway. I come through, pick up this last thing, and I'm done. It's so fast, so quick. Goblins get in, get out, and you're able to loot up super fast. A lot of people waste a lot of extra elixir trying to pick up archers and some wall breakers, but stop it. Don't do it. Just goblin run. And if you want to hang on to your trophies, snipe the exposed town hall bases, and that's going to keep you up on your trophies, and it'll keep you from dropping down too far. The next big factor on loot farming that you have to touch on, or else you're going to shoot yourself in the foot, is having a loot hoarding base. A loot hoarding base is super key to loot farming. The reason being is because if you go do all that loot and then you jump offline and just get slammed over and over and over, you ain't going to have loot left. So the key to loot farming and to a loot farming base, a loot hoarding base, is take your storages, toss them in the middle, surround them like crazy with all the guns you have, and then watch your replays. Pay attention to your replays. See where people are attacking you from. Try and get an understanding of where they're going to start coming in at, and you'll really start getting an idea of, okay, this is how I'm going to be able to defend this even better. For instance, my giant bombs are placed here simply because these are the spots the most people come in and attack me at. This I just have sitting here because it's building and I don't want to kind of give away the position of where my other one is. But so just try and pay attention to that and make sure that you're protecting your loot very well. There's also some really great resources online for loot hoarding bases. This is one I just threw together pretty quickly, and honestly it's been working pretty good, so I don't mind it. Also, while you're down here, make sure that you have an exposed town hall whenever you have a loot hoarding base. The reason being is because when you're down here in the lower bronze area, like in the bronze, silver area, especially bronze 1, silver 3, what's going to happen is people that are Town Hall 4 and 5, they're starting to try and trophy up a little bit, especially Town Hall 5 and 6. They want to trophy up, that way they can get to their 1250 gem achievement, that way they can start, they can get their next builder. So what you want to do, have an exposed Town Hall, and so often what's going to happen, you're going to jump offline, someone's going to come in here, drop a couple archers in this back corner, they're going to snipe your Town Hall, and they're going to jump out. And what that does for them is it gives them a couple extra trophies very easily. They don't have to attack a base that seems like it could be a little bit hard. And they also get their loot bonus from the win. So they're able to pretty much it's kind of like a lower version of some decent loot farming and also trophy hunting. And, town hall sniping. What that does for you is it gives you a free 12-hour shield. And now you can go about your day and not have to worry about getting completely wrecked over and over and over, because people aren't going, oh, okay, challenge accepted, let me take out this base. They're saying, let's just take out the town hall and then we'll jump out. And that's normally what happens. You'll get the people who obviously try and take on your little Fort Knox that you've created. For instance, this guy up top, he just way to ollie the crap out of me, buddy. But other than that, as you can see, the guy below me, he even threw in quite a few troops. Wasn't able to take me for much. 200 archers, not able to take me for much. The people that do actually try and run a little bit on you, what happens is they'll come after like your collectors, which you're obviously taking care of those anyway. So they're not able to actually pick up much. And this is why having a loot hoarding base is so important, because then they come in and they snipe your town hall and they'll try and pick off your collectors, but your storages just aren't worth the troops that they're going to be expending to get in there. So it ends up working in favor to you. From about here up, I have so here's the next person that actually made any kind of money off of me. And so from this man whose name is Ping Chawach, I don't know. So from here up, all of these troops, all of the stuff that they've taken from me, up until this guy up here, actually probably all together, but at least until Maximus, down to the other guy, that I made that loot in one run. And these guys have given me trophies. And some of them have taken away, sniped my base, so I get 12 hours free there. I got 12 hours free here, 12 hours free here, and you just constantly are able to get shields, which is really nice. The last thing that I'll touch on for this video, because I think it's very important, especially if you're in like a war clan. Our clan wars twice a week. What's up, Ephemeral Chaos? Shout out to you guys. Also, feel free to visit our website and hit us up, or come check us out, join our clan, come visit and just say hi. But so what happens is, before a war, a lot of us tend to kind of scramble if we haven't been playing very often to try and pick up some extra loot. What you can do, if you're going to get offline, is you can build up troops. I like to build up something simple, something that you're going to use the next time you get on. So me, I obviously go goblins, because I'm going to loot run before a war, because I want to make sure that I have all of the money I possibly can. So now that you've built all of them, okay, let's say that these were all built, because I don't have the gems to actually just build them right now. So let's say these are all built. Once they're built, you can obviously go back in and queue up more troops when you have a full base camp. So what you do is you want to fill up your barracks with either dragons. You want to fill them up with dragons, or if you don't have dragons yet, wall breakers. All wall breakers. Wall breakers are the second most expensive troop next to dragons per space. So if you fill them up, like at this point, it'll be 250,000 for me to fill up wall breakers, and it'll be 300,000 for me to fill up dragons. Why we're doing that is because next time we get on, before we use up all these goblins that I'm building currently, we can take and we can empty out our barracks. We can come through and just empty them. But what it does is the game considers that money already spent. So whenever people come and loot you, they can't actually take that elixir from you. So now you've just saved 300,000 that they can't even touch. So it's a great way to hang on to your loot as well. So anyways, guys, those are what I consider to be some of probably the more important topics to touch on when it comes to loot farming. Also remember, if you want to hang on to some trophies, take about 10 archers with you and snipe some town halls while you're doing it. But collectors, and make sure you're looking for bases that are pretty inactive and that have some good full collectors. And don't underestimate your goblins. Run them in there hard, and they're fantastic, especially at around Town Hall 7, even Town Hall 6, when you got like level 3, 4 goblins. They can do some damage. They can really do some work. Don't underestimate them. I highly recommend them. People like to use a lot of weird loadouts, a lot of Barch loadouts. Barch, I don't like Barch loads because they are more expensive, quite frankly. I don't want to spend money on the archers. I don't want to waste the elixir because I don't need it, because my goblins, because I'm going to find the right base instead. I'm going to take 2 seconds to be a little bit more patient. I'm going to find the right base, and I'm going to let my goblins, which are cheaper, and they're tied with the barbarians. They're going to come in and they're going to wipe out, and I'm going to get loaded on resources. So just take a couple seconds, find the right base, do the right attack, and I promise you it will work every time, and you won't have to worry about resources. This is the best way to do it until you get up pretty high and you're trying to farm Dark Elixir. Obviously, that's a whole new bag of beans. When it comes to Dark Elixir, some people consider this kind of a douche waffle move. Take 3 lightning spells with you, and whenever you run across the base that has like over 1,000, I like the ones that have like a 2,000 Dark Elixir in their thing, just bang, 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 drop your lightning spell on them. When they watch the replay, they're going to be like, that person's a jerk. Which, yeah, whatever. But all's fair in love and war, buddy. And I will take that Dark Elixir. And so just remember, and you'll be able to snipe up quite a bit. Normally you can pop, like, with level 4 lightning spells, you can get about a solid 800, 900 Dark Elixir just from dropping your lightning spells, which I think is worth the cost of the lightning spell. Especially because I'm going to be leveling up my king here very shortly. So anyways, guys, I hope that helped you out. I hope you got some good information from that. I hope it makes sense to you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments down below. Like and subscribe to this video, please. Check out our website. We're Ephemeral Chaos. You can come visit us, come join us, come have fun with us, clash and go crazy. Anyways, I will see you guys next time.